Alright, and let's go with the 6 millionth time of me trying to record audio for this and figure out an opening. If you're watching this, congratulations on surviving to my 3rd video. I appreciate everyone for sitting here listening to me complain, rant, rave, and bitch about everything. Speaking of complaining, I'm sure you're probably wondering why I'm drawing 3 condoms sticking out of the rocks. Well, my friends, they're a monstrosity that I've been meaning to sketch up for a while. It's basically a Doug trio from Pokemon mixed with gyroids from Animal Crossing, their love child. So, if you're new to the Animal Crossing games, specifically if New Horizons is your first dip in the waters, let me tell ya, gyroids are non-existent besides that bitch-ass Lloyd. I can't say non-existent, but yeah, they not there. Not there. Kinda big sad about that one. Honestly, no hate to Lloyd and his cute little construction hat. He has a job to do. He's not necessarily useless. But to me, it's not the same. Basically, the extent of gyroids in New Horizons is Lloyd. That's it. That's all you're getting at the moment. I don't know if they're gonna add in actual gyroids later on, but let's just talk about what Lloyd does. He does good. Other than being cute and spinning around and wiggling, he collects funds for projects that you're getting ready to work on. So whenever you invite villagers from other islands to come live with you, he's there. He's ready to set up the plot, just wiggling away. And it's cute because he makes it sound like he's collecting donations from all the villagers. Bitch, you and I both know, ain't no villagers donating to that cause. I let my game sit for like a week with a bridge that needed to be built. I think I only needed, it was either 98,000 bells or like 112,000 for a basic bridge. And I sat there waiting to see if anybody would actually donate. Nope. No one donated. It was just little old me that donated. Now, gyroids in the old games, they were pretty great. They were these cute little guys that were just singing, and they would appear in your town the same way that fossils do. Although, I feel like the spawn rate, drop rate, I don't know what you would technically call it, but the spawn rate for fossils in New Horizons is freaking ridiculous compared to the old games. The old games, we had to put in that work. We had to put in those hours and go hunting. Because you know what? You only got maybe 10 of them, like, in 2 days. I don't ever remember digging up as much as I dig up now. Okay, everyone take a shot for every time that Crow says something negative about New Horizons and reminisces on the old games. Basically, gyroids in the old games were super cool, and I can't say gyroids to save my life. My mouth goes all mushy when I try saying it, but they all had different sounds. Like, you would walk into your house and you'd turn one of them on and be like, tick, 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 tick. They all had their own different sound. It just kept going on and on and on. And sometimes I like to be the queen of madness and I would turn them all on at once. And the best part is, whenever I was playing, like, Wild World, somebody would come into my house and my mom or my older sister would be standing there looking at my room as all of them were going off at the same time. Music to my ears, let me tell you. I'm really sure that if gyroids came back into New Horizons the same way that they were in New Leaf and in Wild World and the original and City Folk, I didn't really play City Folk that much, but if the gyroids came back with that much of a force, Jesus Christ, could you imagine what the community would be like? Now, my only big complaint is people charging actual money for all these little in-game things. People will be charging, I don't know, like 30 bucks for like a full star cluster kit and whatnot. I'm not crazy about that, but at the same time, I can remember, God, years and years and years ago, don't want to give away just how fucking ancient I feel, but when people would charge actual money for wow, can I talk? I can't talk. World of Warcraft stuff. People would sell accounts, they'd sell items, and it still happens today. It's just the cold hard truth about the community. Wherever you go, there's going to be somebody trying to sell their account. Because people buy it. People don't want to put in the work for it, and they go. And I can't really talk that much trash because if I can make 200 or 300 bucks off an account, heck yeah, I would, but I don't have that much time to pour into an account. Basically what I'm getting at here is it's so wonderful to see how much growth the community actually has. But speaking of growth, let's tell a nice little story from my younger years. I'm trying to do like a phase back sound. Alright, picture it. The year is whenever the hell I was in 4th grade. And my parents just got a Nintendo DS from my dad's best friend. I guess that his buddy had just upgraded DSs to the DS Lite, so we got the old one. You know, the one that was basically a brick with a tiny touchscreen. I want to say the touchscreen on that one was maybe an inch by inch. I don't even know if it was that bougie, but I'll probably just Google the dimensions of it when I'm editing all this. So, yeah, we got a brick, and I was kind of hyped for it, not gonna lie. It was just like when my dad bought a Game Boy Advance for my older sister's birthday. That was really expensive. That was technically supposed to be all of ours, but because it was on her birthday, it was hers. But I'm not gonna argue with her right now over this because we're adults here and we'll still fight till the end about what that Game Boy actually was. That's the beyond the point here. I'm getting all choked up just thinking about it. Okay, and the one game that we actually had for the DS was Animal Crossing Wild World. If anyone remembers playing that game, it was a little bit different from how the original Animal Crossing worked for the Nintendo 64 and the Nintendo GameCube. I know that it came out in Japan for the 64, but I never got the 64 version. But I had it for the GameCube, and on the GameCube you have 4 separate houses, you can have 4 separate save files. Cool. Now, on the DS version of it, you had 4 separate save files, and they basically were up in the attic of your house. That's right, house. Singular. You only had one house in that game. Which didn't really bother me too much because the main people that played it were me, my older sister, and my mom. That was it. We had a whole thing worked out where my mom had one room, I had one room, my sister had one room. Because, you know, 3 people grinding the exact same save file, technically, kind of. I mean, all of our money went into the exact same amount of house payment to Tom Nook. I didn't mean to misspeak, my bad. Like, you can really just imagine how quickly we ended up paying off our house. It got big fast. Anywho, I don't know, things were going great. It was really fun sharing that account with my mom and my sister. It was kind of the last time I ever shared a game account with anyone because we started being able to find game systems at thrift stores for a better price, and we all kind of drifted away from having to actually play with each other. That sounds sad, but it is what it is. And looking back, I kind of think maybe it was my dumbass actions as a child that made my mom not want to play with me anymore. So, I was like 10 at the time. And curse words were pretty cool in my eyes. I didn't know what all of them meant. I just knew, hey, that's what adults say. And I wanted to express my freedoms, even though I really didn't have any freedoms of speech at 10 years old because you probably shouldn't be a potty mouth. But anyway, I thought, what better way to practice this freedom, this something that the Constitution has sworn to uphold for me? What better way to practice this than in Animal Crossing? So I marched my cute little butt right up to that message board and I typed a word. I typed fuck. Not fuck me, not fuck you, not fuck my mother, you motherfucker. Nope, just fuck. One word. It felt good, not gonna lie. And then the panic came on when I realized I can't delete it. I can't change who it says who, wrote it. It literally said my name. It said fuck, and then at the very bottom, signed whatever the hell I named my girl at the time. Naturally, you can probably tell that my parents were beyond thrilled when they discovered it because I was dumb and I thought, you know, my mom probably won't play because she hasn't played in a while. Nope, that was the night my mom decided she was gonna get on Animal Crossing. I woke up the next morning, didn't think I was caught, then my dad comes walking into the kitchen as I'm eating breakfast. He has the DS in his hand, he has Animal Crossing up on it, he sets it down in front of me, there's my little word. Fuck. And I got grounded for a couple of weeks, and I had to write out the definition of fuck 100 times on a piece of paper. I just want to apologize to my parents real quick. I don't think I learned much of a lesson because I don't remember what the word fuck meant, and I swear like a sailor. But, So yeah, that's it. A whole entire rant about Animal Crossing and me sinning as a child. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I had a lot of fun with it.